Welcome back, everybody. We're going to get into it here with match number 4 of CCSW, week number 9, the final match of our regular season here. I'm Brimstone, and of course, joined with me here are Hap and Sternab. We've had an exciting day so far. You know what? Let's go over that day really quickly here. We'll just give you a rundown of what we've seen so far. We started off the day with a match between B Titans and North Sea Gaming, with North Sea taking that one 7-4. Then we moved on to Spies versus Pentadivina, Spies taking that one 7-0. Moving on to Hellside versus Sphinx, Hellside taking that one 7-2. And that leaves us with our final match of the day, Queen versus SMS Athena. And of course, we did have off-stream our match of Endpoint versus Titanium Cloud Esports, where Endpoint took that one 7-3. But now to the match at hand. Team Queen, the undefeated team here, coming into the match 8-0, and they're going up against SMS Athena, who is, I would say, at the top statistically of that middle of the pack, with all the teams that are unfortunately not eligible for the playoffs here. Team Queen maybe having not positionally anything riding on the line, but statistically they want to keep a perfect season. So they have some motivation coming into this game to keep that going. And then SMS Athena having that motivation to take that from them and dethrone them from that perfect season here. Do you think it is feasible, Sternab?
No. Okay, but like that's what everyone's thinking, right? Like Team Queen have been absolutely dominant through this season. Obviously, like I don't think Samsung and Morningstar's Athena, like I don't think they're a bad team at all. But Queen have just shown on a level that no other CCS team has even come close to. I thought the other team that may have been playing close to that level was North Sea, and then they also just got trashed by Queen. So, I feel like if North Sea can't beat Queen, I don't think anyone else in this league can beat them. That's not the only issue here. Samsung are also playing with, I guess, a sub of sorts as well. Nancy Drew, who's been a pretty mainstay of that roster throughout the season, is no longer playing for Samsung. She left the team and she's explained her reasons her own tweet longer on her Twitter, Nancy Drew R6. So, you know, you can go see her Twitter there and you can go look at her reasons for leaving the team and everything like that. But at the moment, she's not playing for them right now. So I think for those two reasons combined, I just do not see a scenario where Samsung takes this.
I guess no one to solve their mysteries now for them, as they've lost Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
Now, what we will do is tell you about all of these rosters, since we have said that they are bringing in a sub here. And of course, Team Queen versus Samsung Morningstar's Athena. Team Queen featuring Chishka, Mia, Shadow, Kitty, and Luna, and we say it week to week. Some weeks it's just hard to even pick out who the MVP on this team is. They play so well as a team dynamically, and every week that we say, oh, it's Shadow's week because she had an amazing week last week, then Kitty steps up, then Luna steps up, and then the whole roster, all of them, they're just so good. And they're going up against Samsung Morningstars here, featuring Electra, Shanira, Ice, Iracle, and Lavienne. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Shanira and Lavienne look like two new names to me. Are they?
Yeah.
So they'd be replacing Nancy Drew and another person here. Do we have any information on that? No, just go through the list that I had before for them here. A random girl is being replaced as well as Nancy Drew here. So a few different roster changes, but maybe that will give them a new look. Now, Hap, do you think that maybe with this new look, with some motivation to try to dethrone them, I mean, we're beating a dead horse here, as I just asked Sternab as well. He doesn't think there's any possibility. Do you think there's even the slightest chance?
Do you want me to be honest, or you want me to give a show answer? That's going to be the question here.
Show answer. Let's go with the show answer.
There's always a possibility for an upset, right? Maybe it was the two people that were the problem, and they will be able to just fight back now. No, I don't think it will happen. Queen lost 12 rounds over the last 8 weeks, right? They've been together. Well, the core has been together for a long time already, and you see that often, that when a team stays together, they grow and grow and grow, and they just start becoming more resilient to things like this. And that is why Queen, as they were a team that was already pre-established, is just a step above literally everybody else in the competition. They have the experience, they have the gun skill, but they also have the resilience that you need from a team to be able to fight back from all possible drawbacks that come with it. Now, not that they have experienced much of those in the league yet, but due to the fact they have been together for possibly the longest, they're definitely at start already in the front seat.
And if you want to know just how long this roster has been together, back in 2016 is when this roster was initially formed with both Shishka and Mia. Then a couple of months after that, Shadow joined. And then in 2018, Kitty joined the lineup. And then very recently, back in August, Luna joined the lineup. So this is a team that's been around for 3 years. Well, more than 3 years. Like, that's insane. How long this roster's been around for longer than some pro teams have been around. So, that's just like we always say, like, you gotta stick together, you gotta work through your problems, right? Like the core roster has been around for 3 years, like more than 3 years. That's crazy to think about that. So,
but isn't that just motivation for the other teams to say, look, whether you had a good season, whether you had a poor season, just do it, just stick together and keep going.
Yes, definitely. But we're getting into the map veto. We'll see where these two teams do want to play it out. This is going to be all Athena and what they want to do here. It's going to be much less on Queen.
Yeah, definitely so. The Morning Stars are, going to be trying to get out a nice map for themselves. But if I just quickly look over, well, of course, Queen hasn't lost the map yet. Looking over to Athena, they've lost Cafe, they've lost Coastline, they've lost Consulate twice. Villa, they are unbeaten on, so that might be the map where they want to go to. Now, quickly going back. Is still in. Consulate and Clubhouse have been banned. Oh, there goes Villa by Queen. They've done their homework.
Yeah, and
they're not giving it for free. They're not letting them play their most comfortable map.
This is honestly looking like another border matchup, honestly, because it's starting to be banned toward that way.
Not again.
We might see our third border of the matchup. It's going to be down to Athena whether he wants to go to border or
Athena.
If they want to go to coastline. And no, they are going to choose to go to coastline. So we have a bit of a different matchup coming out. But yeah, we've had 2 coastlines and 2 borders now. So
consistency is key.
Well, yeah. I really don't know how much there is really to say about this particular matchup. One thing that's interesting as well, that Queen starts on the defense here. We've already seen coastline once, but we've seen it in a very weird way. Like we had some very weird bans go on there. So,
but looking at the stats from Athena, they've played coastline once. They lost it with 2-7, whilst there's a 14-3 round differential going in favor of Team Queen, right? So, just looking at the map, you already would say it's an even bigger win to come down from Queen right now. Like they're playing against 2 people that have just been added in the roster compared to last week. They're playing on a map that they have only lost 3 rounds on in 2 matches against a team that didn't even got close to winning it. And they have been together longer. So there's like 4 points already why Queen is definitely going to be in the top dog position here.
Well, looks like we're going to go straight into the game now. It's going to be Samsung Athena versus Team Queen, our final matchup of the day.
Yeah, and the ban phase now starting. And Queen will be getting the first one as they are starting on the defense. Queen, I believe, the one team that has most attacking wins in the league. 28 attacking rounds over 14 defensive. Over 14 defensive round in total. So they might be able to balance that out a bit now as they go for the Capital ban.
We'll see the Havana ban coming through from Athena. Very, very common banner here on the coastline. We'll see what their defense ban does indeed tend to be. We'll probably see the Mirror being banned. Notice with the Echo ban coming out from them, which leaves things down to Queen. So we're seeing a lot more standard coastline coming out from these teams than we saw earlier.
Yeah, definitely so. This is the last ban. It's going to be Mirror. Mirror going to be removed. Means, for example, no penthouse play, even though that isn't around much more any longer. Let's see how Queen will be approaching this defense as they leave it up to Athena to decide and dictate the pace of the game. At least the start of the game.
Well, let's have a look how we do go down. It's going to be a blue bar and sunrise bar defense for Queen first of all. Very, very interesting to go here first of all. What do you think about this? It's kind of a weird one to go to.
The Ying. Oh, you mean bars? Bars is actually a really good side if you have a good strategy on it. I think it's like comparable to Consulate Lobby, right?
Yeah.
If you have a good setup and you know how to do your stuff, you're gonna be guaranteed a good time. And I think that the bars are kind of similar to that. It's hard to defend unless you have a good setup, know how to make it hard for the attacking lineup. And Queen, of course, being around for a long time, they've played in many tournaments. Probably will know how to deal with the bars and how to deal with SMS.
Yeah, well, we'll have a look how that is going to be going through as we move into round number 1 here. To be Team Queen versus, of course, our SMS Athena Morning Stars. So, like, this is our final matchup. This is our final matchup of the final day of CCS Women's. Of course, we do have our off-stream game as well. It's Titanium Cloud versus Endpoint that's going on as well during this day. But yeah, it's been a very, very long season, and finally we have to say goodbye to it. Yeah, but I mean, of course, the last day of the regular season, but of course we'll have playoffs at the end of the month on the 30th, and we'll see how that does go down between the top 4 teams. But the end of the regular season.
Yeah, it was a good one. It's been received well positively. The first actual full female league in Europe to come down, but it's going to be Electra to take down Toxic Kitty, the French streamer, to fall first with the Maestro. That's actually not the most ideal way to start off your round. You would rather just trade out your castle, for example, if you would have to choose on who to take the first death. That's unlucky right there. It's going to be the trade, though.
Yeah, good pick coming out from Mia from above, having that upstairs control, but smokes are going to go out. Mia looking for the rotate as well onto full entrance, but instantly get taken off the board by Ice. He's waiting there onto the hookah repel. Nades are going to come down, but Lavienne, he's going to try and plant down in the smoke. Nades going to come out behind the sunrise bar as well. Shadow trying to play aggressive with this right now, and she gets all the way in. Doesn't deny the defuse going down, but doesn't manage to get the down. And Shishka, of course, is going to be removed from the books. All down to Luna. Now in a 3v1 to try and bring this in. Does manage to get Electra. Let's see if we can find 2 more to try and bring this in for Queen. It's Ice and Shanae are trying to still play around pool entrances to see what they could do. She's actually going to get revived now, but Diffuser just about halfway done as Luna tries to move down, tries to coordinate this with Shishka as well, who's looking to try and jump out the hookah window to try and do something for herself here. Does manage to find one Sheeny, doesn't get traded out just yet. Brings the shotgun out, but they're going to know exactly where she is. And what a shot from Luna! She takes Ice off the board, and that will be the clutch just about enough time, I think.
Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah, oh my god, what a shot from Luna at the end there.
Oh, that was just enough as well. Just the last, like, it's like half a second of a difference. Not even, like, maybe 0.2 seconds later, and it would have been around still for SMS right there. But a beautiful, beautiful clutch. Good call as well to pick up the teammate right there. I was going to say as well, you have to jump out at this point. There's no other option if you want to be getting that one home. And just
not just that, but also, like, if Shishka jumps out and dies there, at least then Luna knows where someone is, right? Like,
true, you get the information
potential, yeah,
and it's like distraction as well at that point, which allows you to be able to get into a better position to trade straight away, because they won't be paying attention to you if someone is jumping out. It's like some sort of a panic that just goes off in your head, like, oh, we need to deal with him now, and that leaves you vulnerable to the person actually inside. Close round, but they managed to win it, as bars might have been their way to toss them off guard and get a relatively, well, normally hard-fought first round. Like,
yeah, and also,
if you bring this as a third one,
well, Queen have just won an offsite now, right? Like, that puts them in a great starting position to now go to 2 core sites and be able to take them easily on the board. But we'll see round number 2 getting underway. We'll have a look exactly how this is going to go down. It's Queen bringing a pretty similar line to what they brought last time, but again, no smoke is going to be coming out from them. So Kitty going to be bringing through the mute. It's not the first time we've seen no smoke as well on billiards.
That is true. But we also don't see a Thatcher to come out, so the jammers are actually going to be quite effective.
Yeah.
For the likes of Queen. This is going to be hard for SMS to actually deal with it. They're going to have to send in the IQ, but like they're probably going to be hidden on staircases and stuff that you can actually not shoot through, as Coastline doesn't have that much of a verticality potential from downstairs on a lot of these positions where these new jammers were normally being placed. So yeah, interesting pick. Picking up the mute instead of the smoke. Same kit in guns, just different utility.
Yeah, also, I kind of consider the meta right now to be pretty nitro heavy. Although,
Yeah.
it's kind of one of the
Nitro's pretty strong,
few
though.
times where, with the Habana ban as well on the board, that I would say that smoke is really, really good here. Simply just to, like, waste a lot of time if you're expecting an aquarium take. But, well, we'll see how this is exactly going to be playing out right now. But you can see there are 3 nitros on the board from Queen.
Yeah, like nitros are of course very strong. That's almost a guaranteed kill, especially if you have the direct information on where these players are located. Look, you now know where the player is. The pings are coming out. We're about to see a nitro to come down on the player into VIP. There it goes. First one actually goes through. Won't be hitting anybody, but it's gonna be Luna to pick up the first frag into Shenri. Sheen, am I saying that
I
right?
think Sheeny.
Sheeny. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say I figured we should that, but
It's all good. It's all good. We're going to be moving further through here. Samsung trying to get as much control as they can over this luggage area. And trying to be pushing up. But it's going to be Kitty with her nitro. Is going to take Lavienne off the board. That is the diffuser down. Of course, that is Thermite off the board as well. She's already been able to open up that VIP wall, so it shouldn't matter too much. But Ice downstairs is going to find a little bit of a fight going on with herself here. She's desperately trying to deal and get control of that office area. Kitty can try and rotate up White stairs here, but no, it's going to be Ice who gets removed off the board. Great shot by Mia again, and bodies are going to be put on the board here for Queen as it moves into a 1v5. Onto Electra, but Luna good with the shots. Electra finds one, but doesn't find another as Queen takes her off the board, and they take round number 2 as well.
So Tuxie, Kitty just trying to take care of those gridlock tracks right there. Eventually managed to clear herself a path and pick up that final frag. Wasn't aware of the fact that the player would be in that position due to those tracks, of course, being out there. But it's a 2-0 coming in right now. The second round in a bit of a more convincing fashion than the first one. But of course, the first one was the offside that they managed to win, which allows them right now to go to kitchen service, which is a, well, very tough bomb site to attack sometimes as well. Like, you want to get that top floor control, but even if you have that, there's still some positions that these defenders will be playing at that you're actually not going to be covering off. Like, it's just such a tricky bomb site sometimes. You really cannot afford yourself a mistake as the attacking team right here.
Well, we'll see a kitchen service entrance defense is going to be coming through here indeed here on our third round here on Coastline. And again, the same lineup coming out from Queen, and again with the 3 nitros, and we've already seen how successful a heavy nitro strategy combined with the Valkyrie can be on this map. It can also be good as well, just to deny that vertical control, like having a really heavy nitro lineup and just being able, if you can like take Book or Sledge off the board really early on, that could be a big advantage.
That's definitely a big advantage. Like, you would be taking out so much utility on the verticality, for example. I totally agree with you there. Let's see how this will be working out, though, if we're going to see any aggression from the defensive team to come through, or if they're just going to be letting these likes of SMS walk into their gunfire, walk into the trap, so to say, because that's what happened last time. They reinforced the VIP. They make sure that they had to actually open up with an exothermic charge, but then they were playing from below with some C4s, trying to actively hunt them with the Valkyrie camera that was up there. It was just a trap set up for them, and they walked right in it. Managed to get up a kill, actually, with the C4 right there. And that's just smart play to come down from Queen, knowing how they will respond to certain setups.
Yeah, no, it's definitely really good, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen here, but I feel like it's going to be really heavy nitro play from below, combined with cams up in VIP, because we don't see a heavy roam game at all coming out from Queen. We do see them playing below, and we do see Mute Jammers, of course, on the board here upstairs. I think this is really just to slow down the drone game.
Yeah. Definitely will be to slow it down a bit, make sure that they will have to be a bit more careful with where their drones go, which will buy you a couple of seconds every time. Some good information to come down. Luna I don't get why don't you let your teammate just watch it quickly now, right? Because you'll be able to actually appear on that. And there we go. Ran out. If one of your teammates would have been on that Valkyrie cam, you would have been aware that she would have rotated out, not being able to actually get anything done with it.
Yeah, not good at all from Queen. That could have been a very easy frag coming out from Luna early on. But no matter, as another Nitro is going to come out from Mia, and that is going to be a confirmed double kill coming out from Mia, who's really been on the board today.
And as these Nitros just doing some work, and we see Kitty just rotating back, knowing that there's still more people upstairs, and well, she has a Nitro as well, which she can use. And they'll just swap spots as Shadow actually winning the gunfight from the vertical hole right there. Something that really shouldn't happen. If you create those holes, you should be able to actually win those gunfights as well. And Kitty is going to be tossing up the next of the Nitro cell as soon as she knows where she is going to be coming from. But it's going to be Luna to take down one more. And it's only up to the IQ now. To Sheeny.
Oh, down to Sheeny in a 1v5 clutch situation to try and bring it in. Luna with the Deagle is going to move all the way through. He's going to know where she is. Going to go with the Deagle pre-fight, but gets pre-fight herself. Sheeny takes Luna off the board. And now it's a 1v4. Lots of work to still do here. And no breach charges available. No diffuser in hand still. Only 30 seconds left to go on the clock. And still 4 defenders on the mark. And they all know where you are right now. Not going to be an easy task to do whatsoever. Pre-fires are going to come down on the other side. But, well, it's not going to work out too well for Sheeny. And Mia has been fragging out of her mind in this matchup so far.
I like how they actually turned around the roles right here. Normally you see attackers pinch the last, like, defenders when they're roaming, right? They're coming from 2 directions. You actually saw that happening right now when they knew where the last attacker was. They just pinched them down, moved in at the same time. And as soon as the attention was blown, you also saw the player in VIP just instantly rush in, but wasn't able to actually eventually get that kill. As it was a beautiful frag right there to come down. Eventually. From, well, I believe that was Mia, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like how they turn around the tables when they see they have the advantage. They just start pinching the actual attackers right here, and that's something you don't really often see.
Well, what we will see indeed coming through is going to be round number 4. And already a very, very dominant match coming out from Queen. I mean, they're 3-0 up already. They're going to go back to Blue Bar. If Samsung can put themselves on the board anywhere, it's going to be here. Because this was a very, very close round. They did get the diffuser down. I think really what defined this round, though, was that opening pick. And I just don't think Queen are going to let that happen again.
Yeah, they cannot let it happen again, that's for sure. As,
Mia's actually moved on to the Pulse this time. It's just going to go onto the Mozzie instead.
We'll make it a bit easier for C4s to go through.
Yeah, I think this is kind of an interesting, because like you don't normally see a Pulse being brought on Blue Bar. So I think they're kind of just like lacking that intel.
If you're Hookah, right, you would normally pick it. No, okay, well, interesting. Maybe they the tables have turned today. As that Pulse is going to be played upstairs. Will still, of course, be good for quite some intel.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, just like you can get intel from downstairs, you can get intel from upstairs down. So, like, it works both ways. And, well, we'll see what Samsung want to do here. They do drone out the site and see there's no one behind the bar right now. They could go for an immediate push, and, well, the matches are going to go down, and they're going to be able to try and get quickly into the site. See, Mia's going to try and open up some kill holes from above here as well, using that UMP to her advantage. She's going to go for the pre-fires, but unable to find the opening kill of the round just yet.
Yeah, the information now being gathered, Mia knows exactly where these players are. And knows actually 2 are going to be on that side. So maybe she's got to stay behind cover, hoping for them to ripple in. Master Camera not able to take out the drone quick enough, so we'll have to do with the Elda. As we go for reload, as the actual, well, Shadow actually and Shinka both pick up a frag. And suddenly it's a 3-on-5 situation again. Luna almost hitting the pre-fire right there on the player that was on that window. It'll be Sheeny right now that is kind of a little bit of a predicament, as there is, well, a player on both these windows. Tries to go for pre-fire on one, but actually will lose the fight to Shadow. That shouldn't have happened. And there's the 2 members of SMS left now to try and make it happen. But it's Kitty with the Alda to take on one, and it's probably going to be going for the second one as well. Now it's going to be the Valkyrie to challenge that and win it eventually. Oh, actually, it wasn't the Valkyrie. It was the...
with the UMP, with the Castle UMP from here as well. Great shots coming out from Luna across the board to bring it in for Queen as they go 4-0 up right now. Moving into round number 5, and this is looking like a very, very dominant performance from them so far. Only 6 kills across the board from Samsung.
Yeah, that would be barely. Well, that would be enough for just a round if it would have all been in one of these. In one of the rounds. That is not the case. They're really being dominated right now by Queen on the defense. Whilst, of course, I mean, like, Coastline is pretty much a 50-50 map, just slightly favored towards attack on the highest levels, so to say. But like a 4-row on defense, that shouldn't happen, especially losing bar twice. I don't think you should be allowed to do that as an attacking team. You need to take the blue bar attack, or at least one of the others. Then, if you cannot win blue bar, the 4-0 behind is definitely hurting your chances to win this.
Well, Queen have definitely stepped up to the mark. That much better blue bar defense that comes through from them, a completely flawless run from them, puts them in pretty commanding lead right now. Because as you said, if you're going to win an attack anywhere, it's got to be that blue bar. And yeah, just an absolute disaster coming out from Samsung there. I feel like this is just going to be a completely flawless defense, but we do see the Kaid making an appearance here, which I think is going to be to trick the VIP wall.
Oh, that would be interesting. It's always a bit tricky though to trick on a against a termite.
Well, they normally they don't have a Valkyrie. Okay. I was going to say they normally put a Valkyrie carrying VIP, but
well, they could just also spawn peek the termite. That would definitely be a good counter.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be Luna's plan right now.
Yeah, definitely.
When you got Dark, you got the ACOG. So.
Oh. Nope. Won't be going there. We'll be going for the bars. Unfortunately, Luna trying to make sure that all the worries have been taken care of. But that won't be the case. No Spompy coming in as of yet. We'll remain aggressive to make sure that if anybody decides to go on that balcony or anything else, we'll be able to instantly put some pressure, maybe deal some damage, even get a kill possibly. As Kitty is getting droned out in the kitchen right here. It's Ice that is quite close on the other side right there. That could potentially come in to deal some damage later on. But we'll actually, I believe we receive a shot right there from the Muzzy. Small damage, not too much, nothing to worry about, and it's a kill from Sheeny onto Luna. Unaware of the upside down repel right there. That's miscommunication to come down right there from the side of Queen. Totally to blame for that.
That's a good opening pick, though, from Samsung, and they should be able to try and capitalize on that right now as Ice moves in downstairs. Mia, of course, still contesting this area. Does have that Nitro available to herself as well to be able to deny vertical angles, but Mia's actually going to go down. Great shot from Ice. A great proof-fire is going to confirm that kill, and no refry coming through just yet. But Kitty is in a position to try and chase that, as Ice is going to be all the way through, and she'll be able to do a decent amount of damage from down there. Does have nades still up on the table, of course, but as I say it, Kitty's going to take her off the board and re-secure that downstairs control. Has no Nitro of her own remaining, but she does have that shotgun, and she could do damage from below.
Yeah, that shotgun is definitely going to be hurting as, well, maybe... Well, definitely if they are going for the default plant spot. However, it doesn't look like that, as Lavienne is actually in the VIP area. So it doesn't look like they're going to be going for a default A kind of plant setup. Sheeny picks up yet another frag to Shiska. And that is going to be turning it into a 2-on-4 situation with one player playing from below, not actually being able to have a good impact. It's going to be Lavienne right now to take down Shadow. Shotgun not being too impactful yet. Forces Kitty now to go for the rotate upstairs because the plant is coming. There's no flawless round coming potentially. As she needs to counter it up right now. Won't be hitting the pre-fires through, and it will be Sheeny to finally pick up that kill. And that's the round for Athena. After 4 rounds, they finally managed to find it in the 5th. The question is, can they bring up the 2nd as well?
Did a great couple of opening picks go into the favor of Samsung Athena, and they were able to just push it into their favor completely because of that. I think Queen, when they lose that opening engagement, really puts them on the back foot. Also, like, things that just didn't work out well for Queen at all, not bringing the Valkyrie really put them in a bad position in terms of intel, which I think they're going to correct now. I mean, I like the idea of bringing the Kaid there. I think they can definitely see the tricking ability there. But as you said, like, very hard to trick against the Thermite in that situation with the Kaid. Especially from so far away as well. But, like, I think, you know, if you're going to try and trick that, obviously you can't bring the Bandit there. The Mute is going to get shot off immediately. The Kaid is really the only way you can try and actually fight that area. So, I do appreciate that strategy, and that's good counter-striking coming out from Queen as well. Just didn't work out too well for them. And just didn't work out at all. But they're going to go back to their standard strategy here as we go back to Kitchen. We'll see how that is going to be playing through.
Yeah, they played a good round on it before, so expecting them to actually bring this one home, but we said about Hookah as well. They had a good run there, but then still managed to eventually lose it right there against Athena. So it could still just as well go the other way if they don't actually manage to step their game up compared to last round.
Well, it's going to be the final defense from Queen, unless we do see an overtime come through. And we'll have a look exactly how that's going to go through, but it looks like Luna going to go for the spawn peek here, or maybe just an aggressive Valkyrie camera. It looks like just outside of the service entrance. So far, things are obviously looking very, very dominant for Queen. The one round they lost was the one round they didn't bring the Valkyrie, and I think that's kind of been pretty essential for Queen so far in terms of like gaining a lot of intel.
Yeah, but I feel like it's Luna just playing it herself, right? It's not the team looking at the cams, it's just herself looking at the cams, getting info, trying to go for a run out right there. It's not like the team play is coming out for big plays right there with the Valkyrie games. It's more of the individual play that allows stuff to happen like it did.
Maybe that's all that's needed, really.
Maybe that's all they need, of course. Like, sometimes you win rounds or games on the back of an individual. And if that's the the opening pick, for example, from Luna with the Valkyrie, by playing her chem solo to just demoralize the sides of SMS, well, that would be worth it as well. So,
can I just give a huge shout out to my boy VersaX, who's hit 350 gifted subs for CCS. 350. You know how much hoopla that is? That's a whole lot of hoopla right there. You know, that all goes to the community prize pool for CCS. So, yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you, VersaX, for
this season.
Yeah, like, thank you so much.
So, most likely being appreciated by the teams, especially those who will be reaching the players right there. But it's going to be the shot that not hits from Ice onto Shadow, as it will be the other way around. It's the hat shot from the Jaeger to take care of the puck, and with that you lose quite some bit of vertical play. As all that's left now is going to be the shotty of the Gridlock to try and open up some holes.
Yeah, this is not great vertical play availability. You said that super shotty is available, but, well, it won't be able to do too much damage just yet. We've managed to push into our final minute now, but Queen still have a lot of control, and they're still looking to get us all these vertical holes. I like this as well, duo play coming out between Shadow and Mia. One person will look at the vertical hole, one person will look at the crossfire. And of course, they do have the Valkyrie cams still up on the board to give them plenty of intel there, as that intel will come through to fruition. And that's a natural kill on the board, easy enough for Mia.
Definitely so. Sheeny, last woman standing.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Well, for this half, so to say. As this is their last match in this round, and it's going to be a run out to come through from Mia. Probably seen by the Valkyrie cam right there. The call comes through. And it's going to be the instant kill to come through as well. That's a 5-1 scoreline from Queen right now.
Something that Brimstone said in the pre-game lobby, like when we were talking about it, is that Queen always have these members who always like pop off one after another. And Mia has just shown up so much today. She's just been really up there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
she's definitely, well, running for MVP, so to say.
Well, we'll see how that does go through, as we'll see a hookah lounge and billiards room defense for the first defense here. So we swap things around as we move into round number 7. This will be the first defense for Samsung Athena Morningstars.
The rules have turned. It is now Queens on the attack, who will be trying to, well, turn the match around into a pace that they prefer. Not that they haven't been in control whatsoever right now. I'm pretty sure that they, well, we're controlling the attacking team, so to say. We're trying to bait them into certain areas. Let's see if that will work out on their attacks as well. Maybe force some over-rotates to come through. Put some pressure on Aquarium, for example, whilst going for hookah. You know, those kind of things. Those kind of basic things. They're all mental mind games. I really like to play the mind game. Like, Siege is probably one of the best games to play mind games in. It's there's so much stuff that you can do to just toss your
like
opponent
baiting
off
and stuff, like especially like 6-3. We talked a lot about that.
Yeah,
earlier,
that kind of stuff. There's so much mind games that you can bring just to gain the upper hand over your teammates, over your opponents. I mean.
But hand over your teammates as well, yeah.
Yeah, you can get the everything.
You can bait your teammates very easily in this game. So
it's clear in Aquarium. You just go in, and then he goes in, gets killed, and you know exactly what to do.
I've done that many times. I got my first. We'll see drones are going to go at heavy amounts here from Queen across the board to see what exactly the kind of take they want to do. I see Queen and Spies as kind of similar rosters in the way that they do their attacks, and that they'll see the weak point in the defense, and they'll just press onto it. Like, you know, they'll just go straight for it. Like, they do have takes. I think Queen are kind of between those two statements where they do have their own takes, their own strategy, but they do change it up quite a lot. But that's not going to work out too well for them at the moment. It's Shishka already going to lose her life.
Lucky right there for Lesser Queen, but nothing lost as of yet. It's just the Jaeger gone. Just a big fragger as well as now the Valkyrie is hitting the board. I mean, I say Jaeger, but I mean Nomad.
I have some low quality, so...
Bullet hole's going to be on the board here. We'll see how Ice is able to deal with all of this. A Shadow slowly opening up all of the sides, but Luna shuts down Sheeny. And this is some good fracking work coming out so far across the board from Queen. She's able to do what she can. We're pushing her through into Aquarium and see what she can do to try and get all the way through here. But just about halfway in the round now, and Queen have a lot of control going into their favor. Ice still holding it down to White Stats. However, Samsung are quite split up across the board here, honestly. Like, they're individually holding quite a lot of areas, and they could quite easily get picked apart here. Luna looking to try and push onto White Stats. Looks like this Kitty is able to do it herself, but Ice is just going to go for the split and quit as she goes through security room instead.
Yeah, realizes that there's like 3 people above right there, so if you want to maintain your life, you kind of want to get the hell out of there. Right now, Mia wants to go get ready. Picks up one that tries to rotate out. It's going to be the trade though to come out as well, so it's a 2-on-3 effectively. As Lavienne right now knows one player is going to be coming up, but it's outfranked by Mia, and it's eventually Queen that picks up that round pretty quickly, as they knew exactly where these players were located due to the drones, for example, from these players that come in from Luna, putting herself in, getting the frag as well.
That was a great roam clear coming up from Queen across the board. Definitely. That is going to put themselves onto match point as they start their second attack. Things are not looking good for Samsung here. Miracle, well, business at the bakery today.
And Luna Mia really doing some good work right there from Queen. Mia just clearing out the roamer first and going up these stairs, outgunning the player out there with a lot. Like, wasn't even ready yet. Knew that he was like she was going to be coming, but at the moment she was almost ready. Like, she just flew past with Mach 10.
What does Samsung need to do differently to try and clear this all up? I honestly would love to see Mute Mozzie together and go for like a really heavy
attackers need to locate and defeat.
You need to make your roam work, because what you see is Queen actually does focus on roaming first. Clear out the roamers, and then we go for side. If you manage to stay alive when you roam, which is pretty hard in coastline, like it's a big square. There's not much ways you can go. There's basically always one entry, like 2 exits. So it's easy to get pinched, right? So it's hard to go for a good roam and hold that on for a long time. It will require some utility to be used correctly. For example, indeed, the Mozzie pests and the mute jammers to take care of those drones to come in, which allow you to stay in your hiding spot a bit longer. But I definitely think that's the case. They need to be more aggressive and they need to be more effective on their roam. And not just run into people with their guns. That also helps.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Well, sometimes you just have to shoot back. That's kind of like the simple solution.
Just click heads, right?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Queen begin their second attack here, and this could be the very final round of the CCS regular season for the Women's League. As Mia pushes through into Cool Vibes to see what she can do on the Ash entry. Does manage to find Levian already! And it's just straight into the side. Mia with another kill as well, and just puts them straight on the board. The refrag does come through from Electra, but that already puts them in a horrific situation.
And don't forget, Electra already fired some bullets at Mia right there, but then went back into safety before re-peeking to finally get the kill. But her teammate already died at that point, so it was too late. The damage was already done. Should have just stayed, gunned that frag, and then maybe it would have been a 4-on-4 situation now. As it was just a bit of mistiming to come down right there from Electra. Not knowing the position, and it's beautifully picked up there from Luna. The 2-on-4, and it seems like it's slowly over right now. SMS are getting below. C4 comes through. Potential double kill. That's a double kill. No, actually one. And it's going to be the instant frag from Kitty to come through. Wants to go and get the second one as well. And it's going to be Erica to be the last woman standing to try and fight this off. She needs to stay alive if she wants to keep SMS in the game. The Shadow is now moving in slowly as well. They actually will find out soon that actually the rotation already came through and Pulse is already up the white stairs. We'll be able to try and push from somewhere else, but it's going to be the air jab that will be alerting them for this potential threat.
Well, it's going to be a 1v2 to try and bring it in for Erical and put herself here on the board. No Nitro Cell remaining, of course, but she does have that candy cardiac sensor to try and bring it in for herself. The diffuser, however, slowly doing its work, and, well, Erical, the time is going to be against her. The barbed wire is, of course, in the hallway as well. This is going to make her job a lot harder here. They're going to hear her move through. The pre-fires come down, and Queen will take the round, and they'll take the map 7-1.
Queen not dropping more rounds than necessary right there. Absolutely picked Athena apart. The number, well, X number 5, I believe it was. Yeah. No, number 6 or 5. I don't know anymore.
We good?
As they will be dropping down now due to, I believe that was Hellside to win their match. Just one spot, so nothing too major. Of course, they weren't able to reach playoffs anymore, so nothing too big right there for Athena. It was just Queen that had to prove that they were superior to everybody in the regular season. And now they will get the honor, which they already had, is to go into the playoffs at the first seeding.
What do you think of that, Brimstone?
I think Team Queen just gave us a stamp on that season, showing us why they were number one. I mean, SMS Athena is not, they're a good team. And to give up only one round to them, I think Queen was making a statement going into the playoffs saying that it's theirs to lose. Like, kind of, come to us, come get it. SMS gave them everything they had there, and it just seemed like it wasn't enough at every turn. So I think, I don't know, I'm excited for playoffs now. I don't know about you guys, but this is kind of what's running through my mind right now. Was there any hope at any moment for Samsung there?
Round 1. That when they actually brought it quite close, you were like, this could actually become a good match, right?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was coordinated as well.
Yeah, then they get stumped.
Yeah, and yeah.
So then it's just like Queen woke up and they started to just get their rounds and get their frags in consistently. And at that point, it was like when Mia started to pop off, just running in, getting 2 entries, stuff like that every single round. It's not, you cannot hold that back.
Well, as well, like going back to that point as well, it kind of looks at Queen's playstyle as, yes, they do have their mechanics, they do have their takes, they do have their droning, but also they will look at opportunities and they will take them, like Mia sprinting up cool vibes. It's not part of your regular take, but they see that the Legion mine has not gone down there at all. They see the Legion's going to play that pretty passively, and Mia is able to get that frag, is able to make that entry, and just 2 frags on the board like that so early on is going to completely throw your side play into disarray.
Now, I know that we don't get any access to it, but I would love to see the comms of a team like Team Queen versus some of the other teams, because just from what we see and kind of what you were alluding to there, Sternab, it just seems like their communications are so clean and so good. One person sees something and the rest of the team knows about it.
Yeah, I mean, me and Hap you primarily have kind of bringing up that issue about Lunar on Valkyrie cameras as well, that you're not on your own. Someone else can look at those Valkyrie cameras, so it's not like Queen play perfectly at all. They do make mistakes. They are only human, of course, as well. They do things on their own as well, but at the end of the day, I don't think anyone expected Queen to do anything else there. It was going to be a very, very one-sided matchup at the end of the day, and Queen have been dominant throughout the season. I said at the very start that Queen have been playing in this game on a very big level, and they've been playing for such a long time that I just don't think any other team in CCS Women's League has come close to even contesting them. The North Sea Gaming, they had maybe an opportunity to do so, but then, after that, it just completely collapsed when they lost their match. I just didn't think that there was going to be anything that could really happen, but well, that'll be the conclusion of the CCS Women's regular season. And, well, I think we did a bang of job, gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, mark down November 30th on your maps. That's for sure. Of course, the 4 teams that we're going to be seeing on that day will be Team Queen. They'll be facing off against Team Endpoint. Then we'll have Spies going up against North Sea Gaming. It's going to be an exciting day. What's your prediction for each match? You don't have to go into rounds and whatnot, but what do you think we're going to see round by round and who we're going to see in the finals?
We don't have to go into rounds where we go by round.
No.
Did you just say that? No, it's
The
okay.
wins.
I get that. I get that. I think if I can go first, Queen will be taking down, we'll be winning 2-0 the first matchup. I think Spies against North Sea is actually going to be a lot closer, maybe even the closest matchup, right? I think that might be going into a 2-1 in favor of Spies due to the aggression that I've seen today, in North Sea looking a little bit disorganized from time to time, right? And then eventually, I think Queen will win it. Like, not too much of a hassle. Maybe we'll drop a map, but then something real crazy has to happen.
The second place versus third place match is definitely the more interesting matchup, right? Because we kind of all expect Queen to go through to the finals and probably end up winning it as well. But, you know, Endpoint versus Spies. Sorry, not Endpoint. Samsung. No, my God.
Endpoint versus Queen.
No, it's gonna be North Sea versus Spies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right, for the second versus third, right? That match is interesting, and obviously, like, then who ends up as the third place match is gonna be interesting. Those are kind of like the weird matchups as well, because also, like we mentioned as well, like about how best of threes and their banning is very, very different to how you approach a best of ones banning. So it'll be interesting to see how those teams do kind of approach that kind of markup.
Yeah, it'll definitely make the map conversations when we get to that point a lot more interesting. A lot more predictions and speculations going on as we see those map bans go down, that is for sure. But we do want to thank everyone for sticking with us through this season. It's been a super fun, super entertaining season. Thank you, Sternab, for all your time that you've put into the season here. Thank you, Hap, for joining in with us at the moment. Excuse me, pardon me. But like I said, it's been a lot of fun. 9 weeks are all over now, and now it's all about the playoffs on November 30th. We hope to see you all there. Any final words? I'll start with you, Hap, before we sign off.
Thank you for finally having me. That's it's been an honor. Had it quite on my bucket list for a bit, so finally on CCS. Was some amazing matches. Not as close as that you would have maybe hoped for, but we've had the full package with the rehost and the DLA, so that's everything you can wish for as your first one. No, I really enjoyed it, so thank you.
Any words from yourself, Sternab?
I think for me, obviously it's no secret that I'm not just a caster for CCS. I do own part of the league, and along with myself, Rob, and Titangles, we run the league as well. We run the organization itself. And when Jess came to us with this idea of a CCS Women's League, I will admit I was a little skeptical at the start. I wasn't a big fan of doing a women's league to start with, and I thought I had this kind of approach about this mentality about how men's women's don't really need to be separated. But Jess talked to us about the issues that do face a lot of girl gamers and women in gaming, and the abuse that they suffer and the kind of problems that does come with that, and the toxicity. And I really do hope, and I think it has helped a lot of these women find an area in competitive that they can play in. Even if they had disappointing results in the season, I hope that they can move on from that, and I hope that a lot of these people do stay together. I think that's the real point of the league, was not to make an established league exclusively for women. It was to introduce women to competitive gaming and to able to give them an area where they can do that. So big thanks to Jess for bringing this in, and we'll hopefully we have continued success with it. But yes, looking forward to the playoffs, absolutely, to see exactly who we're going to crown as our champions.
Well, thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure for me. Thank you to the audience. As I said, I can't say it enough, for sticking in, watching. It takes an audience as much as it does the players, the casters, everyone involved to make this happen. So thanks again, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Have a great evening, everyone.